Hey, how's it going, you guys? It's Brennan, also known as Slyther. Um, I hope you guys don't mind that these are weekly now. When I'm working Monday through Friday, it's just really hard to keep up with it, and honestly, when I come home from work, it's like the last thing on my mind. Um, so, a couple of things. I've noticed that I needed more winter clothes, and I went out yesterday. I got a couple things at PacSun, and probably going to go out today too to run a couple of errands. Also, I needed to go buy a shirt because I don't have any to wear today, or clean ones anyway, to go out and do the laundry. No, I'm kidding. It's not that bad. But I have a little bit piled up. On the same subject, I actually subscribe to this like Fruit of the Month club, except it's not fruit, it's clothes. So it's an app where you take a picture of your closet, they analyze what the contents are, like the color schemes, stuff like that, and they wind up sending you stuff every month. And I just got my shipment 2, 3 days ago, and it's really cool stuff. So looking forward to that, and I know that I'm gonna need to supplement it. Like I can't just get everything delivered to me. I really wish they had an app around here for laundry. That would be so cool. Anyway, um, this weekend I was able to catch up with friends, and we actually played a game together online, and were able to essentially talk to each other on the phone, but like a group call, but over the internet. If that makes sense. Probably I know stayed up a little bit too late, and I've noticed that I've been doing that on the weekends. And the only reason that like I noticed it is because I also have this app that monitors sleep. So it uses the gyroscope in the phone to monitor movements at night, like how much deep sleep you get, how much light sleep, and then you can actually tag like, oh, I drank coffee, oh, I stayed up late, oh, I had a stressful day, and it'll monitor these things over time so you can see trends. And then it also like measures it against air pressure and like changes in environment and stuff like that. It's really cool, really in depth, and it's only like $2 a year to have all of these analytics. I mean, you're the one that's doing the work, but they're hosting all of the technical stuff. So that's pretty cool. I've been trying out a couple different things. I have a couple more things on my reading list. I don't know. Like I'm getting comfortable, and I kind of don't like it. Like I'm looking for things to kind of add on to my schedule, because when it's just work and video games, it gets a little boring. Um, I haven't gone down to Providence recently. Like the only reason that I would go down there prior is to go shopping, but honestly, there's not a lot. There's like the one main mall and like the little college town, and that's it. Um, so I don't know, stuff to think about. It snowed like 3 or 4 times, but nothing is stuck on the ground. Like, I know I keep doing this, but if you look outside, there is no snow, nothing. One last thing, and I'll see if I can try and toss in a screenshot. I was looking at other opportunities because, like, once August hits, I really don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, I'm going to find out with my master's, the colleges that I applied to, if I got into any of them in March. But I'm kind of like weighing my options, and like if that doesn't pan out, and it doesn't need to, like what, my other options that I'm considering. So obviously, like worst case scenario, move back home, no problem. But there is a couple of different opportunities along the lines of international travel. And I got my passport actually for my last job at the tech consulting firm. Because when they hired me on, they told me that they had international clients, and if you're going to travel on site, that's something you need. Never happened. And honestly, my entire life, I've maybe been out of the country on foreign soil for 4 hours, and that was a cruise. So I'm looking at different opportunities because I definitely want to travel. I don't want to spend my entire life just sitting in the U.S. Um, and I know it's like the rich kid thing to do, to take a semester to study abroad. I didn't have that opportunity. Um, well, there was one kind of afforded to me in my super senior year, I guess, in my undergraduate, and it was the very last semester, where I guess there's a international study with some university in South Korea. They worked it out with my alma mater, and it's equivalent exchange in tuition. Airfare is included, and you just have to pay for your living expenses. And you can, I think in the fall semester, they had two students from South Korea come to our school, and then they do the same thing in the spring. So in like fall of last year, they were looking for different people, and one of my professors, who was like kind of head of the department, approached me and asked me if I was interested in it. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a cool idea. I'll think it over. And I kind of told my parents about it, and they freaked out. And they're just like, no, 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 no. Like, it's, you know, a foreign country, it's not safe, whatever. And I mean, there's a little bit of merit to that. But I think the main thing was their semester goes until June 15th, and I graduated May 15th. So if I was in South Korea, I would have missed graduation. And yeah, my parents weren't having any of that. So, and international travel has always, you know, been a thing for me. And there's this one program, I know, long story long, that I found actually through Facebook. There was an advertisement where it's like a remote year. Um, Basically, this firm of like four or five 20 somethings find remote work for 60, 70 people that they take around the year. And they've done this like two or three times. And they have a blog, like a weekly blog of, you know, what they did in whatever country. And the basic premise is they find you a job, they hand you a laptop, and you work on the laptop remote. You never have to go into an office. You just, you know, work on your laptop for the entire year, which you can do wherever. Um, and then each month they travel to a different city. So your income is going to the people that are organizing it all. But the way that I look at it is you get to travel the world. You know, all of your meals and room, board, I guess it's the same thing, are all included in that package. So you get to travel the world to 12 destinations. I think they do like Spain, Morocco, Portugal, and then they go like Italy, Singapore, South Korea, Brazil, somewhere else. And there's a lot of different cities. But by the end of the year, you've traveled like on every continent and experienced all of these different cultures, have 20K in your pocket just for doing what you would do anyway in an office. Um, so that's one program that I found, and there's similar ones I know that are out there. So I think that's something that I'm kind of going to look into. Maybe not, you know, when my contract is up in August. I can't break that because if I do, I just owe the company $10,000 for breach of contract. Um, and a lot of these happen in the summer, like right after kids get out of school. So around June 1st. So that's something that I would have to do like June 2017 if I still wanted to do that, if that was a thing. But again, another thing that I'm considering. Uh, there's a lot of stuff out there, you know, and I'm just trying to figure out where I want to go next.